The purpose of this video is to take a look at our manufacturing process and how we can plan orders out into the future, as well as dig into who's responsible for them and also send them to specific work centers or have operations and instructions if we so choose. So the first thing to kind of show within this is we can go to our products. We'll be able to see our product screen here. I want to focus on product X today, and we'll see here that when I click into the bill of materials, we could dig into it and we'll see that we just have the component as the role. Now, I kept it super simple, obviously, because you don't really keep track of the inventory that you're using. So what we want to do is I just set the component or the bill of materials, the role actually being consumable goods. So that way we don't have to worry about measuring it out or consuming too much or anything like that. So it keeps it nice and super simple for us. Now from there, if we go back to the dashboard of our manufacturing app, you'll see that we actually have one order to launch. And basically, you can have as many work centers as possible. You could have different routing of work centers depending on the product. And you can also configure the database to kind of have each product have its own work centers or each employee, really kind of whatever you would choose. So from there, if I want to look at my manufacturing orders, I have some data already actually confirmed in here, so I wanted to take a look. So you'll be able to see, you'll see a reference number, you'll see a scheduled date, you'll see a product, who's responsible, and also the status of that order. So you can go ahead and actually add different metrics to take a look at, and then you can also filter this information by group by and filtering by all these different metrics that we can take a look at. So let's say we wanted to plan one out. We could plan these out for as far as we want. Let's say it's product X and we want to schedule it for February 28th. And that looks good, and we'll assign employee 2. That's what he's going to be doing that day. So it's going to give you a source number, number 9. We can go back into our manufacturing orders, and you'll see that that has now populated. Now let's say I'm employee number 1. I come in for the day and I see that I have one that I need to do. I see manufacturing order number 7, so I can actually dig into that. And from here, I can actually complete the manufacturing order. So if you don't necessarily maybe don't have access to a computer, or we just want to have our employee manufacture it and say they're done, so we can kind of just keep track, we can do that here by just marking done and being done with it. Now from there, it'll give us the components of what's actually in it, what the work instructions are. So you'll see here that it's being done in work center 1, and the operation is just making it a finished good. From here, the other thing we can actually take a look at is we can start and stop a time clock. We can block it if we need to, and we'll see that the status is ready. Now, another way to view this information is we can go back to the dashboard. We'll go into our to launch phase, and we'll see here that we were responsible for manufacturing order number 7. So if we dig in, it's going to start the process for us. So they could come in, they would hit that they're now manufacturing 1 unit, and now this is going to start the real-time clock within Odoo. Now, obviously, they're human, so if we want to really track profitability or how long it's taking, say they use a bathroom break or anything like that, they can actually pause this. They'll get a drop-down menu where they can block. So if something happens and they actually can't manufacture today, they go home sick, they can block it. They can scrap it. So if something breaks, they can add a component so we can accurately take a look at what we're actually adding to the process. And I have quality alerts assembled as well, so they can alert for quality checks. Now from there, let's just say they want to go ahead and say, you know what, let's mark this as done, and you'll see it is now done and out of our database. So when we go back into our operations and our manufacturing orders, we'll see here that for source number 7, it's been completed. All we have to do is just close out the manufacturing order, and we're done. So that's the basic overview of how we can plan manufacturing orders in Odoo. Obviously, we can get as detailed as possible. If you have any other further questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.